Hi friends, welcome to this session focusing on the knee. The first half of this session will be focusing on knee mobility, so we'll be getting that knee moving really well. And then the second half of the session will be focusing on strengthening all of the muscles that help to support the knee. For this session, you'll need a couple of yoga blocks. Join me down on the mat and let's get going. We're going to start with something called a tibial rotation. So place your heel directly in front of your glutes. Pull your toes up towards your knee as much as we can. So you want to lock your ankle in place. So imagine you're wearing a big ski boot. Don't take that ski boot off. Place your hands on either side of your calf muscle. We're going to assist ourselves in this tibial rotation for 3 repetitions. So with your hands on either side of your calf muscle, turn your shin bone outwards as much as you can, not going into any areas of pinching or pain. And then assist turning your shin bone inwards as much as you can. You'll see your shin bone rotate inwards and outwards. We'll do 2 more repetitions, turning it outwards. This is tibial external rotation. Turning your shin bone inwards into internal rotation. Turning it outwards, assisting just a little bit, and turning it inwards. Now we'll do 5 repetitions using our muscles to do that, placing your hands on either side of your knee, making sure you're still pulling your toes up towards your knee, digging your heel in the ground and pulling your heel towards your glutes. Turn your shin bone outwards as much as you can. Turn your shin bone inwards as much as you can. As you're turning it outwards, you'll feel your outer hamstring working. And as you turn it inwards, you'll feel your inner hamstring working. We'll do 3 more repetitions. Turning it outwards, feel that outer hamstring. Turning it inwards, feel your inner hamstring. So we're externally rotating and internally rotating. We have 1 more. Externally rotating and internally rotating. Let's go to the other side. Placing our heel directly in front of our glutes, pulling our toes up towards our knee. Imagine we're wearing a big ski boot. Show you from a slightly different angle for this one. We're going to do 3 assisted tibial rotations, placing your hand on either side of your calf muscle. We're turning it outwards as much as we can. And then we're turning it inwards as much as we can. Again, we're never moving into any areas of pain. We're not forcing the movement. If you do feel any pain, you can make the movement smaller, so meaning don't rotate your shin bone as much, staying out of those areas of pain. So after you've done 3, place your hands on either side of your knee. Make sure you're still pulling your toes up towards your knee and you're pulling your heel towards your glute to fire up your hamstring. Then we have 5 repetitions, turning your shin bone outwards as much as you can. External rotation, turning it inwards as much as you can, internal rotation. Really focus on feeling your hamstrings on the outside and inside as you rotate. This is 3. I have 2 more. You might feel the muscles on the front of your shin starting to work a little bit too. It's a really good thing. Awesome. So that's 5 on each side. Next, you're going to grab your yoga block and we're going to work on knee extension. So you can find a comfortable position. The non-working leg, you can bend it in, you can keep it straight. We're going to have 1 leg on the yoga block just above the knee. Place your hands on either side of you to support your body. I want you to pull your toe up towards your knee again, so we're working the front of our shin again. Then you're going to really focus on pulling your knee up towards your hip. Straighten that leg as much as possible. Squeeze, hold there for 3, 2, 1. We'll do 2 more like this. Firing up our whole leg. Pull your toes up to your knee. Pull your knees up to your hips. So squeezing your quad. Hold it there. Get these quadricep muscles working. And down. Kind of like a leg extension, but we're using our own mind to make our quadricep muscles work. Holding it there for 3, 2, 1. Okay, next I really want you to secure your body in place. Make sure nothing else moves. We have 5 repetitions. We're going to do a little lift off. Straightening your knee. Lift your leg off that block. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Setting it down. You may get some cramps here. Pull your toe up towards your knee. Straighten your leg. Keep it straight. Lifting it off for 3, 2, 1. 3 more. Toe up towards your knee. Pull your knee up towards your hip. Lift for 3, 2, 1. Toe up towards your knee. Knee up towards your hip. Squeeze as hard as you can and lift. Keep that leg straight as you lift for 3, 2, 1. Let's do 1 more. You may feel it go all the way up into your hip flexor. That is normal. 3, 2, 1. One of our quadricep muscles does cross the hip joint, the rectus femoris. So if you had a few little cramps, that is okay. Let's go to the other side. Finding a comfortable position. We're going to do 3 repetitions. Just warming it up. Sometimes it gets a little bit spicy. Pull your toe up towards your knee. So we're firing up our tibialis anterior. Pull your knee up towards your hip. Hold there for 3, 2, 1. Kind of like just doing a leg extension. Toe up and lift for 3, 2, 1. Let's do 1 more. And 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3, 5 lifting, 5 with lifting off. Lift and lift for 3, 2, 1. If it doesn't come off that much, that is okay, because it's about intention. If you feel all these muscles working, you're good. Lift and lift again for 3, 2, 1. Lift it off the block for 3, 2, 1. We have 2 more. Lift your toes up. Keep that knee straight as you lift for 3, 2, 1. And we have last one. Here we go. Toe up, knee straight, and lift for 3, 2, 1. Come down to a side lying position. You can rest, your head will be resting on your biceps. Take your yoga block, place it directly in front of your knee. Now the top leg goes in front and you can hook onto it. Now we want to make sure we have ankle, hip, shoulder in alignment. The yoga block is just going to give us some feedback for this next exercise, and you'll see. So we're going to adduct. So lifting that bottom leg off the floor, you'll feel your inner thighs working, keeping your knee close to that yoga block. Bend your knee as much as you can. Try and touch your glutes. Hold there for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your knee, setting it down. Adduct, lift your leg off. Bend your knee, try and touch your heel to your glutes for 3, 2, 1. Straighten and down. We have 3 more. Adduct. Now, if it is jumping around a little bit, if it seems like it's jumping and not really sure, could be just because the body isn't quite sure what we're doing. What we're doing with this exercise, we're getting different muscle groups to work together. We're trying to get our inner thighs working with our hamstrings. The more you practice, the less of that jumpiness you'll feel. This is our last one. Squeeze as hard as you can and setting it down. Let's go to the other side. How did they go? So we're going to come to a sideline position. We have 5 of them. Placing yoga block directly in front of the knee. Top leg hugs in front. Make sure you have a straight line from ankle through hip and your shoulder. We have 5 repetitions. We're going to adduct, which is lifting our ankle off the ground. Keep your knee close to that yoga block as you bring your heel towards your glutes, and you're going to straighten and setting it down. We have 4 more. Adduct. We go into knee flexion, hold, and then straighten and setting it down. We're adducting. We are flexing our knee. We're straightening our knee, setting it down, adducting, flex. One might feel a lot easier than the other, and that is normal. This is our last one. Here and setting it down. We are finished here on the ground. Next up, we are going to a wall. So if you have a cork yoga block, they work best. If you don't have a cork yoga block, foam yoga block works well, or you could use a exercise step or a step stool. Just make sure it is secure for you. So we're going to come to the wall with our yoga block, step stool, or step, whatever you have available to you. And we're going to do calf raises. So now our calves are extremely important for maintaining strength and stability in our knees. So you'll come about 1 arm's length away from the wall. Stand with the balls of your feet on your step. Make sure your shoulders, hips, and ankles are stacked as much as you can. So the more we lean forward, the less work we're making our calves do. So we want everything nice and stacked. Pull your kneecaps up. Now as we go into the calf raise, we're going to think about pulling ourselves down using the front of our ankles. Holding that stretch position for 3, 2, 1. And then I want you to think about a slow acceleration into a big calf raise. So calf raise, thinking about it more as a pull. So I'm pulling myself into the stretch, and then it's like I'm slowly merging onto traffic into my calf raise. This way, just kind of that slow, steady elevation into our calf raise, we're strengthening our whole range of motion rather than using momentum and skipping areas. We want to be strong through our full range of motion. We're going for 10 repetitions. I'm at number 4. I like to hold that stretch position for at least 2 to 3 seconds. And really squeeze my calves at the top. Oftentimes, particularly if we have stiffness in our knees, we may also have stiffness in our ankles. So paying attention to ankle mobility will really help our knees. 4 more, pulling ourselves, trying to get our heels a little bit closer to the floor every time. We have 3 more. Pulling ourselves down, 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 down. Try and get the feel of the front of your ankle working. And this is our very last one. I like to do calf raises really, really slow and really emphasize the stretch. And then the big squeeze at the top. Excellent. All right. Then we'll come with our back to the wall. So we're going to strengthen now our tibialis anterior again because it's so, so important. These are called tibialis raises. So you stand with your feet about hip distance apart. Step away from the wall about 1 to 1.5 foot lengths. Keep your upper back leaning against the wall. Pull your kneecaps up, so we want to keep our quadricep muscles engaged. And then think about pulling the tops of our feet as close to our knees as possible and setting it down. We have 15 repetitions here. We'll go up for 1, hold for 1, down for 1. 15 repetitions. I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7. How are you doing? 8, 9. Keep pulling your kneecaps up. 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Ooh, those are good. We have one more exercise to strengthen our knees. These are called ankle dorsiflexion squats. We've really spent a lot of time working the front of our ankle because they're extremely important muscles for our knees. So with this exercise, you'll still stand with your back to the wall. Come about a couple inches away from the wall. We're just going to use the wall as a guide. Again, feet are going to be about hip distance apart. I want you to stay up really tall and use the front of your knees, the front of your ankles to pull your knees as far in front of your toes as you can without going into any area of pain. We're going to hold each position for 3 seconds before we return to the start position. So up nice and tall, imagine you're leaning against the wall. Use the front of your ankles to pull your knees forward. When you feel the front of your ankles firing, hold for 3, 2, 1, and we stand up. We're making sure our knees are tracking our middle toes, pulling ourselves forward, holding for 3, 2, 1, standing up. Pulling ourselves forward again for 3, 2, 1. Really get the feel of your front of your ankles working. It'll take pressure off your knees. 3, 2, 1. Almost halfway there. Pulling forward again for 3, 2, 1. Forward again. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. These are great if you have knee discomfort going downstairs. They help to start improving stability of the knee. They also are great prior to squats. They get the front of the ankle working, which helps to take pressure off the knees. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And that is class for today. I hope you enjoyed this class as much as I did. You could do this class at least once a week to improve your knee mobility and strength. Twice a week if you can. We'll really get those knees mobile and strong. Drop me any comments below. Love to hear your feedback.